The recent jobs report shows that the United States added an additional 199,000 jobs for the month of November. Unemployment fell to 3.7%, both of which beat expectations for the month of November. So roughly 200,000 jobs, unemployment continuing to fall. We have now had unprecedented several years of consistent job growth every month under President Biden. Now, in the beginning, it was obvious that most of these jobs being, added to the job roll were jobs that were lost during COVID. So they weren't necessarily new jobs, they were just jobs coming back. But that wore off well over a year ago, and we're still seeing consistent expectation-beating job growth here in the United States. That is something to be proud of. And the Biden administration absolutely is proud of it, and the Biden campaign recently put out a statement that not only touts these wonderful economic numbers, but also takes a pretty good shot at Donald Trump. Here's what the campaign said. Joe Biden has now created more jobs in less than 3 years than any president created in 4, cleaning up the economic disaster left behind. Of course, referring to Donald Trump. There's more work to be done, but his record shows Americans can't trust Trump to do it. Instead of standing up to corporate greed to lower costs and raise wages for working people, Trump would double down on the same failed policies that gave massive tax cuts to the rich and big corporations, while creating incentives to ship American jobs overseas. So, not only do we have these good economic numbers under President Biden, but we had economic disaster under Donald Trump. Even before COVID, and I've pointed this out 100 times, I'm going to keep pointing it out because this is something people forget, but I know it because I was talking about it every day. Before COVID became a thing, economists were already predicting that Trump's policies were leading us into a recession. Predictions ranged from 6 months to 18 months. Obviously, we hit the recession because of COVID much earlier, but the recession was coming no matter what. Every Republican president in my lifetime has plunged the country into a recession. The Democratic president that comes after them, whether it's Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, or Joe Biden, the only 3 Democratic presidents in my lifetime, they have always had to clean up the mess. And that is what President Biden is doing, and that is what his campaign is pointing out. Last year, economists had predicted that we were going to be heading into a recession again. Because of the economic policies of this administration, even the ones that did hurt and we disagreed with at the time, the raising of the interest rates. Economists now say that that looming recession from a year ago is now averted. There is no recession on the horizon. And I do also, about this statement they made, I will point out, I like the fact that they're like, there's still work to be done. Because they understand that, yeah, the economy is looking good on paper. But we still got millions of people struggling. They're struggling because of corporate greed that is keeping our prices high, even though inflation has cooled. You can blame Biden all you want for inflation. He didn't do that. That's corporate greed. And I'll give you this, he's not doing enough to tackle it. 100% agree with that. But things are better today than when Trump left office. Republicans want to convince you otherwise, but that is not the truth. Are they perfect? Hell no. Do we have a hell of a lot of work to do? Absolutely. But things are getting better, and this economic message is a winning message from the Biden campaign. And I hope they stick with it and remind people how bad things got even before COVID under Donald Trump's economy. If you can't get enough Ring of Fire, we encourage everyone to subscribe to our channel for fresh video content 7 days a week. And for even more from me, you can follow me on all social media outlets, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram @Fair and Balanced.